Good morning, folks. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's strong enough to resurrect a dead fuel pump. The stories are real. The wrenches never stop turning. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you from the Car Connection workshop, where the smell of fresh oil and little elbow grease is all part of a balanced breakfast. Around here, we don't just talk cars, we live them. Whether it's a 25-year-old Jeep Wrangler getting a second chance at life, a Nissan Rogue getting its brakes back in order, or a mystery leak that's got everyone scratching their heads, this is where we roll up our sleeves and get it done with a little wit, a little wisdom, and a whole lot of fun. The Car Connection isn't just about nuts, bolts, and diagnostics. No siree, it's about connection. Connection to our vehicles and to the people who drive them and to the community that keeps Niagara rolling. Because when you fix a car, you're not just turning a wrench. You're restoring someone's confidence, freedom, and maybe, just maybe, even their sanity. We're here every week, Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m., helping you keep your ride safe, reliable, and ready for whatever road lies ahead. So whether you're a weekend wrencher, a daily commuter, or someone who just wants to understand what that strange rattle really means, welcome aboard and stick around for shop talk, expert advice, few good laughs, and maybe a flashback service-based story or two. Got nothing right now, so okay, we'll carry on. Let's jump into the program. Welcome aboard. Great to have you with us for Motormouth's Morning Drive, Monday through Saturday. It's Q&A Saturday. Fridays are fun Fridays. That's where if you have a car question and you're new to the podcast or our YouTube channel, you need to send your question in that I will put together and compile with the rest of them, and I pull 3 questions from the pile that kind of work together. So if I don't read your question, please don't get emotional. We don't want any emotional damage, okay? It just means I'll use it another time, but thank you for sending it in. Of course, I can't read them all out, otherwise we wouldn't get anything else done. So Fridays by noon, do me a favor, get your questions in so that I can begin to put the program together for Saturday mornings. I want to pull the questions, have everything in order, ready to go. So welcome aboard. We're glad to have you with us. A few things you may need to learn that you may not know is all our podcasts load up to our YouTube channel. There's over 237 podcasts up there, including today being Saturday. The top right-hand corner of our homepage of our website is where you'll find all the links that are available to you. If you're telling your friends, and you should be, your car enthusiasts about our podcast, we are on all the major platforms, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and Podbean, and wherever they're pulling their podcast from, just let them know. Type in the search box, Car Connection Workshop. Again, all our podcasts load up every single day. When they go live at 8 a.m., they load into our YouTube channel as well, Niall Motormouth Jenkins. But we make it easy for you. Our Car Connection BusinessNetwork.com website is the biggest drawer in our toolbox. So for more episodes and project details and links, they're all available at CarConnectionBusinessNetwork.com. CCBusNet.com. BUS is in Sam, NET.com. You'll find everything on our homepage. So if you'd like to follow the build and repair work we do and connect with our program partners, that's how you can do it. So just click on their logo and you'll get a chance to meet them. And thank you for giving them your business, because we need them just as much as we need you. So thank you to all of you who have taken the time to be part of our online community, our Motormouth community, as well as our YouTube channel. Like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. By doing those things, you tell the algorithms that you not just enjoy the videos, but you're enjoying the channel. And then the algorithms push us out to bigger and bigger markets. And our whole idea is to be able to help as many people as we possibly can with sound, automotive, basic knowledge, and operation of motor vehicles. That simple. We keep it super simple. So whether you don't know the difference between the glove box lid and the trunk, or a wheel nut and a hose clamp, it's okay. You're in the right spot. We'll teach you all those things. And you always will learn the 5 simple principles behind an automobile on our YouTube channel. What it is, where it's located, how it works, how you broke it, and how we're going to teach you so we prevent you from breaking it again. So whether you know a little bit about cars or nothing, or you just want to keep that older vehicle running strong, the engine and the transmission and all the components running strong for decades to come, it's doable. It absolutely is. I have an 07, an 08, and a 1999, and all of them are on the road. All of them are maintained. And you say, well, you're a mechanic. That doesn't matter. I still have to buy parts, and somebody still has to fix it. It just happens to be I'm that guy. That's all. That's the only thing. It's not an excuse, and I don't buy it. So it's okay. You can tell me, but it's not an excuse for not fixing your car. And that's what's most important, is it's maintenance, not mileage. Mileage doesn't matter when you're taking the time to be the next caregiver of your automobile and being serious about it and maintaining it. You can keep it as long as you want. It's that simple. I've been doing it for years and teaching my own clients on the Hamilton Mountain for 11 years how to do the same thing. And they were happy, not making car payments, keeping the cars well maintained, and on a maintenance course saves you thousands of dollars. So thanks for joining us this morning. We have our morning swiggy together in just a few moments. So if you're in the drive-through, in the queue to the drive-through anyway, waiting your turn and you're heading off to work, you're a weekend warrior and a team player. Buy yourself an extra large beverage today. You go ahead. You deserve it. So in a few minutes, we'll have our morning swiggy together and our weekend weather, and then we'll get rolling. We have 3 questions selected. A reminder, this coming Monday, I'm going to wrap up the series I started last week on Monday, this Monday coming. So join us as I wrap up a series involving the dynamic trio. And you ask, what is that? Is that a singing group? Well, not really, but they all work together. We started earlier in the week talking about shocks and suspension, and then we're going to move on Monday and talk about steering and brakes. So suspension, steering, and brakes, and how all 3 of those pieces work together as a dynamic trio. And if one of those areas is not working right, it affects the other 2. If only one of those areas is working right, you got a bad car, like a bad donkey. So we're going to be talking about that this coming Monday morning at 8 a.m. for another edition of Motor Mouth's Morning Drive. So with that, let's say thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Grant, Earl Grant, husband and wife team at City Auto Sales and Leasing, GTA's premier pre-owned auto store. That's where you will experience the most amazing vehicle purchasing experience that you've never had already. You've never had it until you've been to City Auto Sales. Mama Louise is going to love all over you and take really good care of you. And Earl is a car guy through and through. He is a car enthusiast extraordinaire. And simply put, he knows how to pick them. And for 25 years, they've created resources to find low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. So you're in a safe place with Earl and Louise Grant at City Auto Sales and Leasing, and it's worth your while to go there and visit them. Low mileage, quality vehicles, fair prices, in-house leasing and financing available to you. And I'll tell you, it's worth the drive to City Auto Sales and Leasing. So thank you to Earl and Louise for providing us with this morning's Morning Swiggy. We count it down on 3, 2, 1, and away we go. You ready? 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that is refreshing. So, question for you this morning. How would your car last if you actually followed a proper maintenance plan? Well, we've built a laminated, reusable car connection maintenance system kit that walks you through mapping out all your vehicle maintenance. And you get to do all of it by yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I've done it all for you. And many years ago, I created it through working on fleet vehicles, and I used it as a checklist so I would not miss anything when I'm checking a vehicle over for fleet maintenance for a company. And I'll tell you, you don't even want to know what would happen if something got missed. So I created that list, and then I formulated it into the car connection maintenance schedule kit. And it's very easy to use. Everything is all written down for you, all the services and maintenance. All you have to do is take the dry erase marker out of the pen holder that comes with it and put a check mark beside the maintenance. Could you do that? If you can make a grocery list, you can follow my maintenance list. No matter what year, make, or model vehicle you're driving, the Car Connection maintenance schedule kit works for you. Whether you don't know a lot about cars or you know nothing at all, everything is written out for you. The instructions are so simple, they'll probably make you laugh at how easy it is, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what, whether you're on your own, widowed, divorced for 99 and a half times, or single, and you're taking care of business when it comes to your automobile, then you know what? You need the Car Connection maintenance schedule. There's a profile page set up on our website at ccbusnet.com, so you can check it out for yourself. If you like what you see, great. If you don't like what you see, great. They're there while supplies last. If you are subscribed to our YouTube channel or our podcast, then there's great savings for you to enjoy. And also, you fill in the order form safely, pay for it, and I ship them out. Those get shipped out by me personally. If you have any problems, you can always connect with me by email. So the Car Connection Maintenance Schedule Kit is now available while supplies last. Let's jump into the weekend weather, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right, let's take a look at Saturday, see what we got coming up here. On the south shores of Lake Erie and into the Niagara region, we have a chance of 0.2 of an inch on the rainometer. Saturday's low will be 69 at 3 a.m. and the high will be 82 between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. The temperature range will feel like 70 to 82 degrees. So it's going to feel similar to the actual temperature. Well, that's a good thing, don't you think? Duh. I'm just saying. All right, for Sunday fun day. What do we got coming up? Let's see if we got any rain on the rainometer. 0. So 0 in any language is still 0. That's what I've been told. Here we go. Sunday's low will be 65. A little bit cooler between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. And the high will be 80 degrees between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. The temperature range will feel more like 63 to 82. So it's going to feel warmer than the actual temperature. So make sure you stay hydrated. Put your sunscreen on before you fry. Yeah, that's what I'm told. Not after. You put it on before. Thank you to our certified financial planners, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, with 50 years experience with IG Wealth Management. My brothers from other mothers. They're also been my financial planners for over 20 years. These guys are amazing. They're getting older like the rest of us, and they're going to be starting to pull back a little bit, but they have a team. Each one of them has a team to take care of you. So if you want to get questions on the table and get answers from those who have fruit on the tree and bring clarity to your circumstances, connect with Tony Miele or Larry Tetro through our hour and a coffee introductory meeting. Leave your money at home, period. No obligation, no cost, no pressure, no nothing. They're going to listen to what is of concern to you and give you accurate clarity information to the questions that you have, whether it has anything to do with an investment portfolio, you've got a lot of debt you're carrying and you don't know how you're going to deal with it. Please don't give up. Get this discovery meeting under your belt. Get your questions answered. Don't listen to anyone else till you sit down with a certified financial planner, not an advisor. Advisors at banks, they sell stuff and they're the apprentices. They're not certified financial planners. CFPs know tax laws and tax rules and regulations and investment portfolios of all kinds, not just a GIC or a TFSA. They cover it all. Everything you can imagine and then some. That's what a certified financial planning professional does. That's what they do. They're always at school. They're always learning. And I'll tell you, it's getting the credentials CFP is not easy. It is not an easy game to get into. There's a lot of studying. So connect with Tony Miele, Larry Tetro. Choose who you want to work with. Book that hour and a coffee by Zoom, by phone, in person, in a coffee shop, at your home, at the what do they call that room now? I forgot. The boardroom. Oh, yeah. You can meet in the boardroom if you want, or in a box with a fox. It doesn't matter. What matters is get your questions answered by those who have the fruit on the tree. I made some mistakes before I met Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, and someone gave me some really bad advice, friends, and I lost everything I had. Everything. And it has been a long road home. I'm going to tell you that. So if somebody's giving you financial advice and they don't have the credentials, CFPs, please don't listen. Just don't do it. They may mean well, but if their feet aren't standing where you need to be, then you shouldn't be taking any advice from them whatsoever. So please play carefully, because that's what happened to me. I listened to someone I thought knew what they were doing, and the next minute I got completely wiped out. It cost me large. It really did. And then when I approached that person, here's what they said. Are you ready? Well, you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know it all. Little too little, a little too late. Thank you to Dave and Kathy and Dan Grimo, the next generation of Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road in Niagara Falls. Building Canada since 1931 they have, and creating all the blocks so you can imagine. So whether you're creating a new addition so that you can stay in your home a whole lot longer, and a lot of seniors are doing that. They're modifying their homes so that they can stay there and not end up in a residential home, because they're not always a very happy place, residential homes. I'm not saying that about all of them, but a lot of them are not. The residents don't get taken care of the way they should, and people are figuring it out. So if you're looking to add a room or extend your home, they've got the building supplies to create the block walls and foundation and rebar, steel, angle iron. They can also help you to beautify your home as well. So if you're looking to do some hardscape landscaping, some walkways, some patios, interlocking brick, designer bricks, the brick. Did I say that? Yeah, they have all the bricks you need and all the beautification stuff to create a beautiful backyard space that you can call your outdoor living space to have family time with friends, neighbors, co-workers, whatever. But a place where you can just be and hang out. Well, we got 3 questions today. And if you want to send a question in, you've got to have it in by Friday by noon, okay? So that's what I need in order to pull questions and put together Saturday's Q&A, question and answer. So I want to say thank you to Chantelle, Christie, and Maryann for taking the time to send some questions in. And we're going to take the time right now to unpack those questions. But before we do that, just to let all the newbies know, get some crayons, the writing sticks we call them, Crayola, a 16-pack's good, a leaf bag, brand new, So you have a nice writing tablet. You can take lots of notes. But if you're not able to, you can listen and re-listen on our YouTube channel. Very, very simple. All the links for everything we're involved in is on the top right-hand corner of the homepage of our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. The short form is ccbusnet.com. That's where you'll find more episodes, project details, and links are available there for you. You'll find everything on the homepage if you'd like to follow the build and repair work that we do and connect with our program partners. And thank you to all those who are providing your business to our program partners, because we need them just as much as we need you. So thank you so much for giving them your business. Top right-hand corner, in order. I'm going to try and do it in order. We have our YouTube channel link. We have Facebook, Instagram, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. That's a local website that our videographer created many years ago. It gets about 20,000 visits a month. She created it to tie in the Stevensville businesses with the community and vice versa. And she also resides in Stevensville. My pops lives there. They've lived there. My mom passed in 2022. My pops is still there. He's going to be 90 years old this year. Send him a card, December 9th. Just say, happy birthday, Pops, and I'll make sure he gets it. There's some great places in Stevensville, some great eateries, and some very unique family-owned, operated businesses, and that's where Safari Niagara is. So if you take a moment to check that out, get some passes, and go and spend the day there with the grandkids, the older kids alike, and enjoy an amazing day there. It's a really big draw, and there's lots to do. It'll be a busy day, and you'll enjoy every minute of it. So we have our iHeartRadio link. That is what we call Mothership. All our podcasts are there in a library as well, but they're also archived on our YouTube channel. So there's well over 500 videos for you to tap into that are all basic vehicle maintenance, just teaching you the basic fundamentals of owning and operating an automobile. So you're going to learn where the items are, how to check them, what they look like, what happens when they break, and how do we fix it? How do we take care of that? We're not building monster trucks or any kind of hot rods or anything. I'm teaching you basic vehicle maintenance, and you get to watch. I keep the videos around 15 minutes, so I'm not taking up a lot of your time. I'd much rather you have a mini series to watch where each segment is about 15 minutes long. So we're very conscientious, Skippy and I, about not stealing too much time from you, but teaching you the basic fundamentals of vehicle ownership, so that, ladies, you're generally the ones that are taking the vehicle to the shop, and it's you that can get quickly taken advantage of. And I've seen that for 31 years, going on 32, where I've reviewed invoices and emails saying, do you think the person ripped me off? Well, if you subscribe, like, share, follow with all your lady friends and let them know, and same with the fellas, we don't want to disclude them as well, but they are a little bit of a know-it-all, don't you think? Sometimes. So guys, I don't know why it's the ladies that are supporting the Q&A Saturday show, questions and answers, but they're asking some pretty amazing questions and leaving you in the dust. So if that doesn't spur you on, I don't know what will. Well, let's jump in. And we have a merch store. Yes, we do. You purchase any Motormouth Car Connection products from our Freedom Expression store. All the funds turn back to Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and USA. And that's where a new life happens every day. Every single day. Lives are changed at the Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and USA. Sydney, Manitoba has been a men-only campus for quite some time, but some exciting news. The community and the business community has rallied around that campus, has built one home already, and they're building another one so that the ladies can also be part of that campus as well, because all the other campuses are both men and women. But Sydney, Manitoba, Canada, facilitated by Rick and Robin, who also suffered through addiction many years ago. And let me tell you, do they ever have a story to tell? Each one of them, husband and wife team. And they're doing a bang-up job out there, taking care of the fellas and helping them on their new journey, a new life, and saying goodbye to their addiction. And soon, the ladies will also be facilitated at that campus. How cool is that? So buy some stuff on our online store at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, ccbusnet.com, and know that all the proceeds turn back to Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and USA. So stand with Skippy and I, be part of the crew, grab some gear, and together, you and I can make a difference in the life of someone else that's been struggling with addiction for many years. And it's not age sensitive anymore. It really isn't. It's affecting all age groups. So be a part of that with us, and let's change some lives together. All right, let's jump into question number 1 this morning. If at any time you have questions, use my email or put it in the comments on the videos. Make sure you leave a comment. The easiest way for you to connect with me, if you've got a question, something you want me to attend to that you don't want others to see, send me an email. That's the best way. Anytime of the night or day, just fire it in to my email box, and all the connection information and a lot more automotive tech tips. I share that in the YouTube descriptions and links to products, whatever I'm using in the videos. On the podcast, I do the same. Is I will leave you links there and ways to connect so that you can. If you want to donate to the program, we have a donation page set up that is all safe and secure called buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Nile. That's Nile. So that's buymeacoffee.com/Motormouth Nile. Nile. And thank you for any gift of any amount. Helps us to cover the costs of the videos and the podcasts and all the other things that we have to take care of to keep the programming coming your way with more and more on our we have a list of things we want to get done. And the only way we can do it is by getting monetized. So help us get to our first 1,000 subscribers. We're almost at the halfway point. All you need to do is make sure that you're not one of those 61% that are watching our videos, but they're not subscribed. That doesn't help us. Watching the videos and not leaving a comment or giving us a like doesn't help us either. The algorithms are looking for you to respond to say, hey, I like this channel. I like the videos. So would you take a moment to do that? Skippy and I give you a big hug and say thank you very much. All right, Chantelle has a question. I read them as they're written. So if there's grammatical errors, it's not a classroom. We don't need to point that out, okay? Are we good with that? All right. Okay, let's go. You ready? Somebody say I'm ready. I think I heard it. I'm ready. Perfect. Wow, where did that come from? It starts out saying torn, comma, new, comma, car, comma, used car. Or keep what I have, getting pressured to get rid of my older car. Being told not worth spending money on. Well, you know, we've covered that from a couple of different angles already before, but I thought something that was really upsetting to me was getting pressured to get rid of my older car. First of all, I don't know who that is that would be pressuring Chantelle, but that's not right. If that person has lots of money and they're in a position where they can make a car payment or pay cash for a car, they shouldn't be putting pressure on somebody to get rid of something that they can afford to drive. They can afford to take care of it. That's in their budget and their best interest. We don't need to be going out there and just jumping into debt to buy another vehicle to impress somebody that you may not even necessarily know, and you may not even like them. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that part of the question was the reason why I pulled it, was if anybody's doing that to you, here's how you're going to handle it. You just say, I really appreciate your advice, but this just doesn't work for me right now. And if you feel the blessing in your heart is to buy me another vehicle, I would be absolutely thrilled. But if not, I got to keep my older vehicle going as long as I can. And here's the terms. I'm on a fixed income. She may be a single mom. She may be on assistance of some kind. She may have just lost her husband. The list goes on and on. She may just become single again and been in a relationship for quite some time. Now she's on her own again to take care of things. So we got to be careful, folks. Here's the thing about the world. And one of my mentors told me this many years ago. He said, if people would just learn to mind their own stinking business, the world would be a much better place. I was in a relationship. I was married for almost 25 years. And without my knowledge, my partner decided to leave and take off. I had no idea that was ever going to happen to me. And you wouldn't believe the amount of people that had never experienced something like that, but the things they say. It's best that you just, when you feel you need to say something like to Chantelle, it's time for you to get rid of that car, honey. You don't know where they're at. You have no idea what's going on in their world. 100%. What's going on in their head, in their hearts. Sometimes we just need to say nothing and just say, shut up. Somebody just lost somebody. Don't feel like you have to say something that's like amazing. Just be there for them. And this is a situation, the same thing. Do you know Chantelle's background? Do you know what she's been through in the last 3 to 5 years? Because if you don't have any right to speak into her life and say, you should get rid of that old jalopy and go into debt and make payments and work your buns off and maybe raising 2 kids on her own. A single mom. I know some single moms, they work. They make some of the guys look bad. They're working 2, 3, 4 part-time jobs, taking care of 2 to 3 little ones, feeding them, nurturing them, and raising them all on her own. So be careful, friends. Be careful. Saying something like that. Pressuring somebody into getting rid of their older car, not worth spending money on. Well, if it's not rotted out and you can climb in with the doors closed and the weight loss isn't huge, like just yesterday, I'll share this. This is another reason I pulled this question. I was pulling out of a supermarket, a plaza type thing. I was in a hurry. I had to get to the bank. That's where the dollar store is, It costs you $20 more at the dollar store. I'm going to write that country song, let me tell you. I pulled up to exit the parking lot, and this car pulls up beside me, and it caught my attention because the noise it was making. And I don't like to make people feel bad or anything. I kind of glanced over and I go, oh my, this thing's in really bad shape. And I'm not a betting man, but I'll tell you, I would have put a C note down saying this is a single mom. This is her car. She's struggling to make ends meet. She's doing the best she can. And yeah, it was a jalopy. And the body was really, really bad shape. Along the rockers, both sides were wide open, rotted wide open. And my heart just sank. And I thought, one of the things that Car Connection wants to be able to do is to take in some donated vehicles from you folks. We look them over, we fix them up and get them into the hands of those who need them. And I was thinking at that moment, wouldn't it be great if I could have just said, can I talk to you for a minute? and give her my card and say, look, I'm not hitting on you, but you know what? Give me a call. Let's chat. I see the condition of your car, and here's what we do. Check us out. We're all legit. We'd like to give you a car. We've got some sitting ready to go. We'd like to get you out of this thing and get you into something a lot safer. And that's all I could think about was the whole reason I started the YouTube channel and kept going after getting off of radio was to be able to do that. That is one of the things that Skippy and I want to be able to do and record it. Be able to take in a donated vehicle that's not like that, all rotted open and the thing's a useless piece of junk. No. To take something that nobody doesn't need it anymore, pass it on to us, let us look it over, and get that thing back out on the road and be able to stuff that under the butt of a single mom or a widow that's struggling to get along, or maybe a family that's going through hard times. So Chantelle, if that vehicle's not rotted out, I can't see it, honey, but if it isn't, and it's been good to you, and you can keep it up and keep maintaining it, that thing is worth gold, sister, because it's paid for. And don't let anyone pressure you into doing something you don't want to do. Be nice to them and not disrespectful. But Chantelle, you got to say, I appreciate the advice. I'll take it into consideration. That's the best way to handle that. You don't need to say anything else at all. Because as I mentioned, almost 25 years, and my best friend runs away with someone from Facebook. I didn't expect that at all. Never would have in a million years. And people giving me advice that had never been through the situation that I had. And after I think about the dozen times somebody come up to me and said something they shouldn't have said, I looked at them, I said, oh, have you gone through this before? Well, no. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll take into consideration what you shared with me. Thank you. And just leave it at that. That's it. That's all that needs to be said. People mean well, but sometimes, like my mentor said, mind your own business. My pops taught us when we were kids, Eaton's doesn't tell Simpsons their business. And what goes on in the house stays in the house. We manage our own. If it has nothing to do with you, I don't want to hear anything come out of your mouth. If it has nothing to do with you, and that would get us in trouble. My brother tested that one. Yeah, it doesn't work out. So Chantelle, you hold your ground, girl. If you need to send me another question or need any kind of support whatsoever, I'm going to send you a car connection maintenance schedule kit and some other goodies as well. So we'll be in touch. Question number 2. Christie asks, first of all, I like the first part. Love your show, Motormouth. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. The kind words are really appreciated. Single lady, my car, it's my car, my maintenance strategy. That's what she says. Again, don't mark us on grammatical errors, okay? You don't have to do that. It's not necessary. People write it, and I read it the way they write it. My car, my maintenance strategy could use your help. Well, again, Christy, I will send you a car connection maintenance schedule kit so that you can follow along, and it'll be kind of like having me there as your coach and just do everything that's on the maintenance schedule. Follow it. If it applies to your vehicle, you're going to follow it. Because we do need outlines for things, yes? When we've sat around and, we've eaten stuff and not been eating and taking care of ourselves the way we ought to, we shouldn't be surprised when we go, crap, I can't get in my bathing suit. My summer shorts don't fit anymore. Whose are they? Somebody been in my wardrobe? No, it was you. So now you got to come up with a maintenance plan because it was a whole lot more fun and easier to put that stuff on, right? It always is. Eating stuff and stuffing your face after 8 o'clock at night and doing everything that we shouldn't. But then we're surprised when we go, honey, all my shorts don't fit anymore. You got a problem, Houston. Yeah. So what's the game plan? You got to come up with a strategy if you want to, like, hey, I got to get this off now. Like, I am the blimp. I'm a human blimp. I'm like the next Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Yeah. Well, you got to come up with a plan, and a plan quick, to be able to shave that extra spare tire off, and that's not the one in the car. In the car boot, that's the one around your waist. So having a plan, a maintenance plan, makes a huge difference. And I know that because I shaved off 91 pounds. I know. That's another person. I'm like, get the heck off me, would you? That's enough already. Yeah, it took, you know what? You can't sit around, eat a bag of chips and a 2-liter bottle of Pepsi Cola and a few brewskis on the side at that time and not expect to blimp out. Oh, and multiple desserts. That'll do it too. That works. That works really good. Yeah. You can't strap on the chip bag every night and do what I just said and expect to be as skinny as a rake. Those people, I don't talk to them. It's incredible. I watch them eat and I'm like, you're a freaking eating machine. You scare me. Like, are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? How are you looking at me? No, I'm not food. Yet, you know anybody like that? They eat and they eat and they eat and they eat whatever they want. And things that you look at and go, I can't even smell that because I gained 15 pounds. Yeah. And you go, where do they put it? They got a plan. Their body's got a plan to deal with that. But Christie, if you've been maintaining your vehicle and it's doing well and it's healthy, and I don't know all those details, but you do, and the structure of the vehicle's in really good shape, you've already got a great foundation. And the fact that you're reaching out, asking that question, my car, my maintenance strategy could use your help. I'm thinking that you're looking for some direction. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the things I should, and I'm not doing things that I shouldn't get done on my vehicle? That's where the Car Connection Maintenance Schedule Kit is going to do the tracking for you. All you have to do is fill out the box for each one of the maintenances. When the job is done, check mark or an X or a circle or whatever emoji you want to create and put in the box. It's all laid out for you. Your beginning mileage, your ending mileage. If the vehicle's equipped with a timing belt, you even write in the mileage that it's supposed to be replaced at. And all your oil changes, all your maintenances. And I'll just give you a few ideas of what's on the list. And they're laminated. And then you just post it up with the magnets or the stickies where you can see it. And that's your tracking sheet. And when you get to the end of the year, which is December, you're going to start back at January, start off the new year, and make sure you put your mileage in there, your starting mileage, finishing mileage, and the mileage if your vehicle's equipped with a timing belt when it's due at. And what I suggest with that is subtract 10,000 kilometers. It's best to change it sooner than later. Yeah, because that could cost you an engine. It all depends on whether it's an interference engine or non-interference. So if you don't know whether it is or not, just treat it like if the belt breaks early, the motor's gone. That's the best way. I call it motivation by fear. It works. So everything's on here. You have your weekly checks, which is for each month. Check oil level, tire pressure, inspect lights and fluids, oil change, lube locks and hinges, inspect or replace oil filter with every oil change. Brake inspection every 10,000 kilometers. I need new glasses, just so you know. Help me out there, would you? Yeah, if you can. Send me at least one good lens. 10,000 kilometers or 6,000 miles. And again, you can adjust that to yourself. I change I do my oil changes at about 3,500 kilometers. No more than 4,000. So that's me. And I've been doing that for a long time. I would actually, I'm actually more in favor now of changing your oil, doing an oil lube and filter every 5,000 kilometers. Every 5,000. So that's up to you. Belts and hoses, timing belt included, tire rotation, every second oil change. So every 10,000 kilometers. Okay, brake inspection every 10,000 kilometers. Period. Yeah, and there's the oil change. Oil change time frame 5,000 kilometers or every 3,000 miles or 3 months. Every 3 months, regardless of mileage. So if you have a vehicle that's driven less, your vehicle needs more maintenance. It's under a category called severe service. So the less you drive it, you're not helping the car. I want you to know that. You're not saving it from anything. It's actually decaying. That's what happens to it. If it's not kept in a thermatically controlled environment, it's subject to moisture. The moisture rots out the gas tanks. If they're metal, it rots out the mufflers from underneath, from the outside in. It rots brake lines, steel brake lines, gas lines. Brakes rot off before they wear off. That's your car. If you only drive it a little, you need more maintenance, a lot more maintenance. So everything's here on you, including exterior waxing every 6 months, charging system inspection every 6 months, tune-up inspection every 6 months. It's all written out for you to follow completely. Your transmission service is on here as well, and it's all done for you. So Christie and Chantelle are going to get a car connection maintenance schedule kit, so I can kind of be there with them, but they have to follow the sheet and take charge of their vehicle maintenance and get all the maintenances that are scheduled there with the mileage or month, whatever comes first. And that makes it so simple to take care of a vehicle no matter how old it is. So great question, Christie. Fantastic. You're doing a good job. Thanks for reaching out to us. Reach out to us anytime you want. You can always email me, and all the contacting information to reach me and everything else to do with Car Connection is in the description of each video and also each podcast. So that's where you'll find everything you need, also on the home page of our website. All our links are there. All right, question number 3 as we move along here. Maryann writes in and says, my older vehicle has leaks. What should I do? Love your show. You're helping us ladies. Thanks. Thank you very much, Maryann, for your kind words. We really, really appreciate that. More than you'll ever know. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let all your gal friends know that we're available to them. Get them to join our community and also like, subscribe, and share and follow. And leave a comment. Absolutely. Just leave a simple comment on the videos. Let us know what you think. If you've got an idea for a podcast or an idea for a video, send it over to me in an email. I am approachable. I don't bite anymore. Just less. Okay? Just so you know. Right, that's another great question. Okay, so you got a vehicle it's got some leakies here and there. It happens even to brand spanking new ones, trust me. They're not always leak-free. They can be problematic with leakers. And I've seen it for many years. Whether the vehicle's a year old, 6 months old, they develop leaks. It can happen. But it's not the end of the world. It isn't, really. It is also a wear and tear item. Something could have gone wrong during the assembly of the vehicle way back when it was coming off the assembly line. But if it's an older vehicle and you've got some leaks, well, we need to determine what the fluids are that are leaking for sure, where they're leaking, why they're leaking, and determine a course of action. And here's how I generally take on those things, is I will approach, first of all, let's find out how many leaks we have, what fluids they are, and how severe the leaks are. That's what we need to know. How severe are the leakages? Are we like the Exxon Valdez it's just gushing out, that would be one we would want to take care of at the top of the list. And then we'd go from there. What's the next worst one? What's the next one? What's the next one? And just start with the worst leak first. But take an inventory of everything that is leaking, what's causing it, and then we can price out each individual repair. So that way we can take a look at the big picture. What is it going to take to stop this thing from leaking? What is it going to take? That's what we want to know. How many leaks? What is the cost factor? Parts and labor, tax included. Let's look at the big picture, Jerry, the big picture, so that we know exactly where we're going. So that way we've collected all the data, we've done our due diligence. Now we can come up with some facts and figures so we can try and eliminate any guesswork whatsoever. So we want to be as accurate as possible, because if you're going to chase the leaks down and you're going to keep the vehicle, I don't want you getting in too deep on fixing these leaks. But if the vehicle is worth it and worthy and it's paid for, again, you notice the commonality here, and it's paid for and it's in really good shape, chasing down some leaks is not a big deal. Unless, like I said, it's a major leak, like say a rear main seal, and why it's leaking, I have methods that I can try to see if we can reestablish the seal, get it to become more pliable and kind of rejuvenate it. And there's some products that I've used with great success in the past, and that would be the first thing I would say is, okay, this is a big one. This is what I would call the master leak. If it's a rear main seal, that means one of two things has to happen for us to access that seal if we got to replace it. We either got to pull the engine out or we got to pull the transmission out. And depending on what vehicle it is, we may end up having to pull motor and the engine and transmission together in order to get to that leak because of the tightness of the engine bays these days. It's not like the old days. You could change an engine in a few hours and have the new one in there, and down the road we go. That's not the case with today's stuff. In fact, I just looked at a vehicle for a friend, was thinking of buying it, and the engine might have to be replaced, and it's tight. And in fact, the instructions on how to get the engine out is the transmission has to come with it. And the rule of thumb from the factory is you have to remove the engine and transmission through the bottom of the vehicle, which means we have to lift the vehicle off the what we call the engine cradle. So that means undoing everything, and that's huge. That is a huge job. They say 25 hours. It's more like it's 40 hours. That's a 40-hour work week right there to get that job done start to finish. It's not 25 hours, I can tell you that right now. Not every vehicle we're working on is from California, but we do have a California car coming in. That's our next series. We have a brand new series coming up. California car that has been in the staging part of Car Connection for a while. We're bringing it out, and we're going to get it back out on the road. So there's a bunch of stuff that I've gathered for it over the years, and it's all maintenance stuff. So we're going to show you this is how you do it. So if you're purchasing a vehicle that's been in storage for a while and you're wanting to put it back out on the road, there's going to be some stuff you're going to have to update and upgrade, and we're going to show you how to do that. So how cool is that? That's coming up very soon. It may start as early as this Monday. That's what I'm shooting for, this Monday. So that's how we approach leaks. Is if we have multiple leaks, again, we're going to look at which one is the worst from the greatest to the least, and try and determine the causal component that is causing the leak, and then we can put each one of those leaks as an estimate, not combining it all together, because that's just way too confusing. So if we have 4 leaks, we have 4 estimates with tax out the door, all put together, and then we put them in order of how we're going to chase them down. And there may be a leak that's kind of tied in with another one where we're going to be working to fix a major leak, and there may be a mediocre leak somewhere close by, and we can take care of that and knock that out at the same time and utilize some of the labor for the major leak. So it's not a big deal. But if it is a main seal or engine oil leak, like I said, I have some fixes for that have been very successful in the past. I would be more apt to try one of those things first, one of those past fixes first. And they do work. They work very, very well if you follow the instructions. Guys, just saying, read the whole package, not just part of it. So that's how we would approach that. And Maryann, I'm going to send you a car connection maintenance schedule kit as well for taking the time to send your question in. If there's anything else I can do, if you've got a list of what the leaks are and you can fire that over to me, I'd be more than happy to put a price tag to each one, give you an idea on the cost, parts, labor, tax out the door, so you at least have somewhat of an estimate. I always like to see the vehicle so I can verify it, but if you have that information, Maryann, fantastic. Share it with me. We'll figure it out, and we'll get connected on that. So great questions this morning. Another 3 questions that really tie. You see how they tie themselves together? And what's really good about it is it lets me know where you're at as far as the vehicle owner. What are you thinking? What's on your heart? And how can I help you? So don't be afraid. I am approachable. Send me an email. Let me know what's going on. If you have a question, an idea for a podcast or a YouTube video, we put 3 new videos out every week, 2 on Tuesday, 1 brand new one on Friday. So check that out. There's well over 500 items for you to enjoy on our YouTube channel. So take advantage of that. It's all there for you, right from how to test antifreeze. What are we looking for when we're testing antifreeze? How do you know whether your antifreeze is good, bad, or ugly? Or your car battery? How do you know whether it's still okay? It's been in there for quite some time. Is it going to fail? We show you how we test all of those things. Where they are, where the fluids are, what they're called, how you check them, how you fill them. If you have to top them up, how do you top them up? We cover all those things and more. How do you understand the writing on the sidewall of a tire? What does all that writing on there mean anyway? We break that down for you. I think we've done 2 different videos on that, how to read and interpret the sidewall of a tire. Those are the kinds of things we cover. The basics. What do brakes look like? What happens when they wear out? What happens when they've gone way too far? And how often should we have them looked at? Or do they need servicing? How often should we tune our vehicles up? These are questions that we answer on our podcasts, and you can watch those things on our YouTube channel. So I hope you have a fantastic weekend. If you're a weekend warrior like I am, I've worked weekends for many years now. 31. Who's counting? Going on 32. We're in our 32nd year with Car Connection, and it's okay. It's very, very okay. Enjoy what I do, and I enjoy it happening and helping people any way I possibly can. And if you would do us a favor, like, share, subscribe, follow, leave a comment. Those are the things that help us out. There are little things that mean a great deal. And always remember, my friends, mileage does not matter. Maintenance does. Doesn't matter how old the vehicle is. Go to a car show and take a look for yourself. How well those vehicles are looked after, and they're reliable. Take a look at what year they were born. That gives you a good idea. You can have much older vehicle, a vintage hot rod or whatever it may be, a muscle car, something vintage from the 1800s, 1900s, and it's reliable. And I love hearing that they're fixed, reliable, and enjoyed on the roadways today. So what's our excuse? We don't have one. You know, the 07 FJ Cruiser is the older one in the rack, and that thing's over 20 years old, and it is still going strong. My good friend Steve, his 2010 4Runner, 644,000 kilometers. That's his daily driver, and he said, I'm not getting rid of it anytime soon. It's been good to me, and I just do all the basic maintenance, and my parents taught me buy quality and take care of it. Till Monday, come and join us for the wrap-up of the Dynamic Trio on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Drive safe, happy, healthy motoring, friends. Peace, patience, and kindness always. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.